Every tear that you shed, it was necessary. Every night you had to stay awake, it was necessary. Every lie that was told on you, every time somebody broke your heart, every time somebody mistreated you, you want to tell your neighbor it was necessary. Because we understand that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. And if we are going to walk in his purpose, we're going to have to understand that he makes no mistakes. Nothing that occurs in your life, nothing that happens in your experience, nothing that you find yourself engaged in, if you are in the will of God, catches God by surprise. Steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And so it is, the Lord directed me to this text, Acts chapter 17, verse 30. And he said to me, he said, tell my people everywhere that this year I have been exceptionally merciful unto them. I understand that theologians would suggest that he is the same God yesterday, today, and forever, and that he is immutable, which means he never changes. However, I do understand dispensations, and I understand that God deals with humanity according to the very time in which we live. And this year, more than any other year, 2015 is the year that God has handled us in a very unusual way. It is this year that God has given us opportunity to get ourselves together. It is this year that the hand of God has been full of mercy and full of grace. Some of us showed up tonight and we know that we haven't lived according to the will of God, but his mercy is everlasting. And so he directed me to Acts chapter 30. It's been a God that you don't even know what to call it. Charleston, hear me tonight. The problem in the church is we got people that show up every Sunday with their hands in the air and the mouth wide open, and you don't even know the God that you're serving. He's an unknown God to you, because the fact of the matter is, Leonard, you can't know God just from reading a book. You don't know God just from sitting in a seminary. You don't know God just from sitting in a classroom. You've got to have an experience. God, I wish I was in revival with your God. Is there anybody in here that can say on December 31st, I know who God is? Not because I'm a member of a church, not because I got a King James Bible, but I've been through hell this year. I've been through sickness this year. I almost lost my mind. And guess what? When I almost lost my mind, he was a mind regulator. When I lost my joy, he was joy and sorrow. When I was sick in my body, come on, let's go to 2016. When I was sick in my body, he was a healer. Tell your neighbor, I'm glad I know him. He's joy, he's sorrow, he's hope for tomorrow. He's my wheel in the middle of the wheel, and when I need him, I can call him and lay like this year's over. Paul says, Alicia, Paul says, you're smart, but you ain't spiritual.